Have you ever wondered how the world reacted after the devastation of World War I? In the wake of the Great War, the world was left in a state of shock and despair. Cities laid in ruins, economies were shattered, and countless lives were lost. The aftermath was a grim scene of devastation and loss, a stark reminder of the disastrous effects of war. The world needed change. It yearned for a future free from the horrors of war. It was in this ambiance of hope and desperation that world leaders convened in Paris for a conference. This wasn't just any conference, it was the Paris Peace Conference, a gathering that would shape the future of international relations. The conference was a beacon of hope in a world drowned in darkness. Its decisions would pave the way for a new era of diplomacy and peace. The world was in desperate need of a solution, a mechanism to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. Enter the League of Nations. In the wake of the devastation left by World War I, the international community found its answer in the League of Nations. Born out of the ashes of unprecedented global conflict, this intergovernmental organization was created with the noble ambition of securing world peace. Its primary goals? To prevent wars through collective security, disarmament, and settling international disputes through negotiation and arbitration. The League's structure was unique for its time, featuring an assembly where each member nation had a vote, and a council with several permanent members and rotating non-permanent members. Its formation was largely attributed to key figures like American President Woodrow Wilson. His 14 points, a blueprint for peace, became the foundation for the League's establishment. But let's not forget, the League was more than just an administrative body. It was a symbol, a beacon of hope for a world scarred by the horrors of war. Yet, the League of Nations was a beacon of hope in a world scarred by war, but it was not without its challenges. Imagine having the responsibility of maintaining global peace. A daunting task indeed. The League of Nations was handed this immense responsibility. However, they faced significant challenges, one of the most notable being the lack of participation from major powers like the United States. This absence weakened the League's authority and ability to enforce its resolutions. Yet it wasn't all uphill. The League had its fair share of triumphs, particularly in resolving minor international disputes. They successfully mediated in the Island Islands conflict between Sweden and Finland, and the dispute between Greece and Bulgaria, to name a couple. These victories, though small, were significant in their own right, showcasing the potential of international cooperation. The League of Nations was not perfect. Its challenges were real and its limitations evident. But it's important to remember that it was a first of its kind, a bold experiment in global governance. Against all odds, the League of Nations was a pioneer in many ways, setting the stage for the international cooperation we see today. So what does the legacy of the League of Nations tell us about international relations today? Well, even though the League had its fair share of shortcomings and ultimately disbanded, it undeniably laid the groundwork for the United Nations and modern international diplomacy. It was the League that first introduced the concept of collective security, a principle that continues to guide international relations. Moreover, the League's efforts to promote peaceful conflict resolution and uphold international law were pioneering steps toward a more harmonious global community. Despite its failures, the League's dedication to these ideals left a lasting impression, influencing not only the establishment of the United Nations but also the way we approach diplomatic relations today. Even in its absence, the League's influence permeates the international landscape, informing our understanding of cooperation, negotiation, and the pursuit of peace. The League of Nations, a testament to humanity's enduring hope for peace, continues to influence the world long after its dissolution.